Good day, students. On this group, we're going to be going over 5 examples on the application of right-angle trigonometry. So let's go ahead and take a look at question number 1. On question 1, it says that coconut palm trees can reach heights of up to 100 feet. Suppose you are lying on the beach at a distance of 46 feet from a 40 feet tall palm tree. What is the angle of elevation from your position to the top of the tree? Round the answer to the nearest 10 if necessary. So let's say you're positioned right here. It says you're laying on the beach, so let's say you're positioned right here. So what is the angle of elevation? This is the angle right here. That is what we're looking for. So to figure out x, we have to set up a trig ratio. So we have SOHCAHTOA, which gives us the 3 choices. SOHCAHTOA is either going to be sine, cosine, or tangent. How do we know which one to use? So what we'll do is we'll label the triangles, the parts of the triangles that we need and what we know, and then we're going to find out the one that's relevant. All right, so this 40 feet, let me put it over here. All right, let's go ahead and label the triangle, okay? So if this is the angle right here, the side that's opposite the angle, that side is known as your opposite. The longest side, which is the side opposite, the 90 degrees, is known as your hypotenuse. And the third side is known as your adjacent. So if you look at this scenario, we know our adjacent and our opposite. We do not know our hypotenuse, and we do not need it. Okay, we don't know, we do not need it, so what do we do? We're going to scrap it, okay? So this doesn't play any role in this problem. Now the trig ratios, the two trig values that we have, the opposite and the adjacent. Okay, so which trig ratio has O and A in it? It is the tangent, right? The tangent function. So we're going to be using tan here. So what does TOA mean? It means tan of the angle. In this case, it's x degrees. Tan of x equals opposite over adjacent. Okay? So that tells me that tan of x is the opposite is 40 and the adjacent is 46. Right? So we notice we can reduce this ratio by 2. So we'll divide the top and bottom by 2 on the right side. And then we're going to have tan x equals 20 over 23. All right, now I want to get x by itself. The only way we can get rid of tan is by taking the inverse. Do not divide by tan, okay? That doesn't make any sense. So we take the inverse of tan, or the arctan. So we're going to write tan to the negative 1 of tan x. This gets rid of the tan on the left side, right? But whatever we do on the left, we have to do exactly the same thing on the right. So we're going to take the inverse tan of 20 over 3. Okay? 20 over 23. On the left side, the inverses cancel out. So you have x equals the inverse tan of 20 over 23. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to plug this in our calculator and then compute what the inverse tan is. All right, so let's get our calculators out. We're working with degrees, if you notice in the problem, so press mode and make sure your calculator is in degree mode. So I just set mine to degree mode. Go back to the home screen. Now what is the inverse tan of 20 divided by 23? 41.009, or just 41 degrees. So to the 10th place is going to be 41 degrees. So in this case, x equals 41 degrees. All right. So let's write out what our answer means. It says, so the answer means that the angle of elevation from your position to the top of the tree is 41 degrees. Okay, so let's put that in the graph right here. So this angle right here is 41 degrees. So this is basically what our answer means. Okay. All right. All right, let's take a look at question number 2. It says, what is the height of the building shown below, round to the nearest tenth if necessary? So this is the building right here, and this is h, the height. This is the angle of elevation. This is the distance from the viewing point to the top, 400 feet. So we want to look for h. So we have SOHCAHTOA. So which one are we going to use? This is going to be sine, cosine, or tangent. All right. So let's label the sides. This is the angle, the reference angle. So this angle right, this side right here is going to be your opposite, right? H is your opposite. And the longest side of the triangle, which is opposite the 90-degree angle, is your hypotenuse. This side right here, we don't know it, we don't need it, so let's scratch it. Okay, we don't care about here. O and H. Which trig ratio has O and H? Sine, cosine, or tangent? You see sine, right? Sine O and H. So we're going to write sine 51 equals the opposite over the hypotenuse. Okay? Now to get h by itself, you multiply both sides by 100. And then you have h equals 100 sine 51. Alright, so we just basically plug that into our calculator, and that tells us what the height of the building is. Alright, so let's go ahead and compute that. 100 sine 51. And the answer is 77.7 to the nearest tenth. So 71, what was it again? 77.7? Yeah, 77.7. All right, so let's go ahead and write that down. 77.7 feet. So what does this answer mean? This answer means that the height of the building is 77.7 feet. 77.7 feet. All right, so there you have it. All right, let's move along to question 3. Question 3 is as follows. It says, Bernard works as a courier, delivering and picking up packages from a shipping company. Three of the communities on his route form an isosceles triangle. Right triangle is shown in the figure. So this is an isosceles right triangle. This side right here is congruent to that side. There are approximately 68 miles between Old Mill and Clarksville. So between Old Mill and Clarksville, we have 68 miles. Okay? And between Clarksville and Hamilton, obviously this should be 68 miles also, because this is an isosceles triangle, and these two legs have to be congruent in measure. Okay, so it says approximately how many miles are there between Old Mill and Hamilton? So between Old Mill and Hamilton, how long is this? So this is what we're looking for right here. If you notice, this is an SSS problem, side, side, side. There are no angles here, so we do not use right triangle trig, okay? We use right angle trig for cases where you have either SAS, ASS, SSA, or, yeah, these are the possible combinations that you have, yeah, or yes, yes. Yeah. Okay. So if you must have an angle in order for you to make use of right triangle trigonometry for the problem. So this one doesn't have any angle, so we do not make use of SOHCAHTOA in this case. So SSS is just three sides. So what we're going to use is the Pythagorean theorem: a squared plus b squared equals c squared. In this case, uh, a and B are the legs, this is A and this is B, and C, the hypotenuse is always opposite the 90-degree angle. Alright, so we don't need SOHCAHTOA. SOHCAHTOA does not apply in this case, okay, because for SOHCAHTOA you must have an angle. In this case, you don't have an angle, and we're not looking for an angle, so we don't use that. Alright, so let's solve this. So A is 68, so 68 squared plus B is also 68 square equals C squared. Alright, so let's calculate what those two squares are. We can just simply go 68 square. See this button right here for the square, like that. 68 squared plus 68 squared equals 9,242. So let's write that down. 9,248, sorry, equals c squared. And then c, to get c, we take the square root of both sides, right? So c is going to be the square root of 9,248 is going to be 96.2 to, oh wait, to the nearest mile is just 96 miles. So c is going to be 96 miles, okay? So c equals 96 miles. So what does this answer mean in the context of this problem? It basically means that Hamilton is 96 miles from Oldham. Okay, so there you have it. All right, let's move on to question number 4. Question 4 says, what is the length of the painting below? Round the answer to the nearest tenth of an inch. All right, so let's take a look at this. If you notice, there's a triangle, a right triangle right here. We're looking for the length. This is number 4, and we're basically looking for L, this value right here. Okay, so let me highlight the right triangle in this case so that we can know exactly what we're looking for. So this is the right triangle right here. So this is the diagonal of the right triangle, and it goes like this, and it goes like this. So there goes your right triangle, right? So let me use a different color. Use red. All right, so highlight it so you can see it clearly. So there goes your right triangle. I'm superimposing the right triangle on the picture frame, okay? On the painting, sorry, so that you can see it. All right, now we're gonna have to use one of the trig ratios because we have an angle and two sides, ASS. So which trig ratio are we going to use? So let's write down SOHCAHTOA. This will guide our decision-making process. So which one do we use? Is it a sine, cosine, or tangent? This is the angle that we have. So that means that the side opposite the angle, opposite this angle right here, this side is your opposite. Okay? Is your opposite. So we know that it cannot be cosine because cosine doesn't have any opposite. And then this side right here is your adjacent. Alright? The hypotenuse, we don't know it, we don't need it. It plays no role here, so forget about the hypotenuse. So we just need A and O. So which trig ratio has A and O in it? This one has O, it doesn't have A, so it has to be tan. So we're going to use tan to figure out this problem. Okay? So this is the ratio we're using, tan of the reference angle, which is 59 degrees. Remember, this is a 90-degree angle here. That's not the reference angle. Tan of 59 degrees is equal to opposite of our adjacent. Okay? The opposite is L, and the adjacent is 16. Now what we're going to do is isolate L. How do we do that? We're dividing by 16 here, so we'll do the opposite, which is to multiply both sides by 16. The inverse of division is multiplication, right? So we're going to have 16, I'm sorry, L equals 16 tan 59. Alright, so we'll just plug in all of this into your calculator, and then we'll calculate what L is. Okay, so let's see what is L. L equals, let's fire up our calculators. 16, spread it out. 16 tan 59. Answer is 26.6. To the nearest tenth, 26.6 is our answer. So let's put that in, 26.6 inches. So the question is, what does this answer mean? Let's write down a remark stating what our answer means. So our answer means that the length of the painting, the length of the painting is 26.6 inches long. video. Please feel free to subscribe to my channel by clicking up here. More videos can be found on myadventure.com. Thanks again and have a wonderful day.